What is going on? Don't panic. Be calm and collected. We can get through this. We are adults. Hello, I'm Max, aka the Bumbling Adult. And as an adult, I feel that it is important to hold myself accountable when I do stupid shit. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I haven't properly detangled my hair in like weeks. Yeah, I just haven't felt like it. So today I decided I'm going to tackle that chore while talking about adulthood and surviving it. Oh god, did I bring oil? Ew. Yeah, it smells kind of nice. Shedding is gross. Like, I don't want to share that. It's so unpleasant for me. Something about hair off the head, it really grosses me out. I hate it. I didn't think this through very much. Like, you'd think from watching me that I haven't had this hair my whole life. So, like many adults, I'm sure, I have been struggling to get my life together since the moment I technically became an adult. I really want to get my shit together. And it's a lot harder than I expected it to be. I guess, ultimately, it should come down to just taking action. But it's not ever that simple. I mean, there's so much involved mentally, psychologically. It's trippy. It's wild. It's complicated. And it's an adventure. And the thing is, I just kind of always assumed very stupidly that somehow being an adult would just magically make things work for me. I never imagined myself being a quote-unquote bumbling adult. I always kind of saw myself being an adult that had her shit together. And now look where I am. But yeah, clearly something is not working for me. It just kind of goes to show that the adult fairy doesn't go around giving wisdom and togethered shit to the adults who want it. I always just kind of assumed that the adults who had their shit together were just the good, responsible adults, and the ones who didn't have their shit together quite yet were just dumb and potentially evil, because as a kid, we are often affected by adults that don't have their shit together, but that's a whole other story. And then I got where I am now, and I realized a lot of it has to do with just lack of knowledge, which isn't really so much of an excuse because internet these days, there's so much information at our disposal. But on the other hand, there's so much information at our disposal, and it's so hard to sift through and find something that's meaningful, that makes sense, and that works for you. Sometimes. I'm speaking from my experience. I'm not the smartest person in the universe, so yeah. I just slather this in leave-in conditioner. Maybe the kinks will just slide on out. Ugh. There are things that I've been working on, and the length that I know that I need to go to be able to achieve the life and the lifestyle that I want. Honestly, it took me a while to differentiate between what it was that I wanted and what it was that seemed like the right thing as far as society and the people around me were concerned. What's the life that seems the most popular and the coolest? What is the life that best suits Max? I mean, for me, it was so easy to fall into this trap of, is this going to be stable? Is it going to make my mother proud? Is it going to make my small friend group of 2 friends proud? And what's it going to be like talking about this at the dinner table? But at the end of the day, and at the end of your life, what's going to matter is what made you happy and what works best for you. Because if in the end all those people who are influencing your decisions are gone, you are all you have to contend with. I think that's very important. I love my hair. I love my hair. I love my hair. Even though I've always known and acknowledged that what I want is the most important thing when it comes to what I choose to do with my life, I feel like it is an idea that is easier said than practiced. It's so much easier to talk about your dreams and talk about how you want to do them in spite of what society, what the people around you say, and making those dreams your truth. Shit. Wait, shedding. Oh. Okay, hair, could we figure our shit out, please? Ugh. I love my hair when it is on my head. I love other people's hair when it's on their head. Maybe I've been scarred by horror movies. Is this weird? I feel like it's weird. I talk to people about it and they make it seem like it's weird. I don't know. I find it gross. But what can you do? It's life. Hair is life. Life is hair. When I talk about when I talk about adulting and getting my life together, what I mean is putting a life together with my goals and my interests and my happiness in mind. Making existence work for me, you know, as best as I can and not the other way around. And just kind of taking charge of living and what I want that to mean for me. I feel like this hair just kind of grew overnight and I don't really know how to handle it anymore. That means detangling and moisturizing my hair on a regular basis because I want this mane to grow. It means getting in shape because mama wants to look good and feel good. When men hit on me in the streets, I want them to say, "You have 3 dogs and 2 cats? They must be running you wild because you are fit." Oh God, what is going on? Don't panic, be calm and collected. We can get through this. We are adults. This means taking care of my mental health because grief and depression and anxiety have left my mind a barren wasteland. It means taking more steps to be me authentically, no matter what the environment is around me, which might take some time. And in the meantime, I should vehemently, is that even how that's pronounced? Protect my environment. I believe I should protect those things anyway, but even more so while I am trying to build up my mental strength and my willpower. It means learning to express myself in all the ways I was too scared to before the incident. I'm just kidding, there was no incident. I've just always been too scared to express myself the way I've always wanted to, for the most part. So it goes. It means working on doing all of those things and learning and growing and improving myself and having as much fun as I possibly can in the process. Not taking myself too seriously, because I'm gonna make mistakes, and if I take myself too seriously, I will hate myself for it. I know, I've been there. But in the meantime, I have to deal with the consequences of leaving all the knots in my hair to their own devices for several days. And figure out how I want to do this and be prepared for work in the morning. This hair is no joke. But Max, asked no one, how would you even go about this? Getting my life together is such a broad idea, I wouldn't even know where to start. The answer to that, from my short time being a lifestyle guru, is to start small. I've tried getting my life together in a number of ways, and I've found that the most effective way to go about such a large task, or any large task really, is to start small. I have a ton of interests. I mean, like, so many interests that when I tell people about them, they look at me like, maybe you should just focus on one. Anybody with a lot of interests can tell you they don't want to hear that shit, but that's not the point. The point I'm getting at is to build your skill, to build a habit, to build a routine that works for you. It's kind of all the same thing. A change in lifestyle is not something that will happen over. I don't know why I started up here, like I don't know better. It's not something that'll happen overnight, unfortunately. I have tried to make a daily routine, if you will, that spans the whole day, and honestly, I'm not that disciplined yet. All it does is make me miserable. So take some time and write out what you want your goals to be and the type of person that you want to be. And make little goals, little things that you can incorporate into your day every day that will make it easier for you to form those really important habits so that gradually, as you go along, you can add more and more once you begin to feel comfortable. That is a part. I forgot a whole ash chunk of my hair back here. Ugh. So yes, start a routine with something small and don't beat yourself up too bad if you miss a day or you fall off for a little while. But also don't give yourself room for too many excuses. It's important as you are working on this. It's important for me as I'm working on this to find a healthy balance between being on my side and a little bit of tough love. I think both things are very important. Fashion statement? She's got a fringe. It's you weren't man enough for me. It's very important to start small, don't put too much on your plate, and avoid burnout. Even though a lot of these routines that we might think of, like washing our face on a daily basis or making sure we do a good job of moisturizing our skin every day, might seem like it should be pretty straightforward and easy. When you put it all together with the regular load of your day and you're not used to it, that might also become pretty overwhelming and uncomfortable and unpleasant. If you start out hating it and you start out feeling overwhelmed and uncomfortable and pushing yourself to do it in spite of that, that's a definite recipe for burnout. But it also makes it so that these things never really seem quite as great of an idea again after the fact. Alright, so my hair is finished and I'm going to get off of my soapbox and take my happy ass to bed because it's late and I'm tired and I gotta be up at 6 in the morning. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, it's your choice. It's a free country or not. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope it gave you some insight on how to start, maybe, to live a life that you really enjoy. I will be back with another video next Sunday, hopefully. Hopefully this one makes it out alive. We'll see. Who knows? It's been fun.